So, I need you guys to make a prediction. Last week, as you recall, we had two vectors and we translated along two vectors. And we discovered that if we did vector AB and then vector CD, it ended up in the same spot as if we started with CD and ended with AB, right? You guys remember that? So now we're going to make another prediction. We're going to translate this house and we're going to reflect it. Here's our line. We'll use vector AB there. I don't care. And we're going to, this is house Optimus. Because why not? So we have house Optimus. So what do we think? If we're crooked. There we go. So if we translated along vector AB first, and then reflected over line L second, is it going to end up in the same place as if we reflected over line L first and translated it second?
No.
How many of you think no? Seven of you think no. How many of you think yes? One brave soul thinks yes. How many of you have no actual clue? Okay, I want you to think about it and make a prediction. No actual clue, people. Just think about it. Make a prediction. If you're wrong, is that okay if you're wrong? Absolutely, it's okay if you're wrong. If you're right, is that okay if you're right? Makes you feel all good. But it's okay to be wrong. I want you to think about it and I want you to try. I have more than 8 people in this class. So you other 16 people who are like, tell me, what do you think? Okay, we're going to have another vote. How many of you vote no? Oh, that's better. Be courageous. Dare to be wrong, right? You might be wrong, but you might be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo, 12 this time. So much better. How many of you are thinking yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still having some issues with courage on some of you, but I'm going to take what I can get here. Should we try it? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. We should be. Okay, I'm going to do it in 2 different colors. We're going to say translate and then reflect is going to be first. And then reflect and then translate is going to be second. So, remind me how to translate something. What do I do first? What do I do first, Cheyenne?
It would be easier to get one of these plastic sheets.
Done. First, I get a plastic sheet and a dry erase marker. Then what do I do with this, Cheyenne?
You put it over the house.
I put it over the vector.
No, over the line that you're reflecting over.
But I'm translating first.
Oh, whoopsies. Okay.
So let's translate it first with the vector, right? Now, if I was reflecting it first, yes, I would need the house. We're going to translate it first. Oh, and I have a chimney this time. So I need to draw the chimney. Why do you think I did a chimney? I hear mumbling.
To see the reflection.
To see the reflection. Yep.
No one uses chimneys nowadays.
I have a chimney.
Oh, actually, I have a chimney. I kind of do.
So, what am I going to name this guy?
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. Why only one prime?
Because you've only translated it once.
Because I've only done one rigid transformation. You don't see my little eraser over there. That's okay. I'll use this one. Now, this is interesting because half of Optimus, well not half, but a portion of Optimus Prime goes over my line of reflection. Can I handle that? Remember when I reflect, I'm going to draw 2 random dots so that I can keep track of my line. Okay, so I'm going to put the whole thing over it, draw 2 random dots, I can keep track of where my line is, draw all of Optimus Prime here. Now, did the angles of Optimus change when I translated it into Optimus Prime? Are the angles of Optimus Prime going to change when it becomes Optimus Double Prime?
No.
Nothing changes. Okay, let's flip it fully over like that. And it's gonna, I'm lining up my dots. It's gonna end up right here. Looks like Optimus Double Prime is gonna be like all up in Optimus Prime space. Which, you know, it happens sometimes. Okay, this was Optimus Prime, so what's this one gonna be? Optimus Double Prime. Okay, so that ended up right there. I lost some of my thing to the dry erase marker. Now we're gonna reflect it first. Right? How many of you still think they're gonna end up in different places? How many of you think they're gonna end up in the same place now? Oh, the numbers have changed. Let's see what happens. Oh, I was really hoping to be able to fit Optimus, like not have to redraw the thing, right? But I'm gonna have to redraw the thing because it's too far away from my line. And this does not want to erase for me today. All right, so I'm gonna keep my 2 random dots from before for reflecting because they were handy. If I can make it all fit, I can make it all fit. Okay, so my random dots are clear over here. And then I'm gonna draw my house. Just like that. And I'm gonna reflect it. And it ends up down there, interestingly enough. So, this is, now how many times have I reflected this? Once. Even though it's the 3rd time I've done a rigid transformation, I started over here at regular Optimus. So what does this guy get called?
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. And now I need to translate it. How do I translate? Do I draw the house or do I draw the vector?
The vector.
I draw the vector to translate it. So let's draw this vector over here. Now this vector is clear up here, but my house is not ending up clear up here, is it? It's just telling me what direction to go. So there's that. There's that. There's that. And that. And that. Now pretending that I'm drawing this perfectly, which I think we all know that I'm not, right? I'm getting close. Do my angles change?
No.
Do my side lengths change?
No.
Nothing changes because it's a rigid transformation. What do we call this guy right here?
Optimus Double Prime.
So 12 of you said they would not end up in the same place, and 5 of you said they would. And then halfway through, almost everybody changed their minds and said they were going to end up in the same place. Did they end up in the same place?
No.
So does order matter when you're reflecting and your, yeah, order totally matters today. Now, I think we're also going to be sequencing some rotations. We're going to be rotating and then rotating, okay? So let's predict. If we rotate and then rotate, are they going to end up in the same place or a different place? When we reflect and then translate, they end up in different places. But what if we rotate and then rotate? Do you think they're going to end up in the same place or different places? Rotate and rotate. What do you think? Same or different? What is that sound? Okay, who thinks they're gonna end up in the same place if we rotate and then rotate? 9 of you. How many think you're gonna be in different places? Ashley's not comfortable with voting. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I see 5, 6? 6 hands up. So, decent portion of my class is being chickens today, and that's, you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna tell you right now, it depends.
On how much we're rotating? Yes.
So, not on how much we're rotating. Sometimes you're going to be asked to rotate around 2 different points. There's point P and there's point O. Okay? So, I'm just going to do a triangle, and I'm going to name it A for Amazon. Okay? So, I'm going to rotate it around point O first. And then I'm going to rotate it around point P first. But I'm going to rotate it around both of them. Now, it's important on these that we rotate it the same amount each time so that we can see. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. How do you rotate it 90 degrees? Who could tell me how to rotate it 90 degrees? How do you rotate it 90 degrees, Cheyenne?
We draw the shape first.
So you gotta draw the shape. And we gotta mark the point, right? Now what?
Then you rotate it to, you keep your finger on the point.
But how do I make sure it's 90 degrees? So do you see how this line is straight at
right angle.
Yeah, we're gonna make a right angle. Do you see how this line is straight at the bottom? Thank you, Ryan. I was just gonna ask you to do that. I'm gonna make it so it's straight on the sides. So 90 degrees, is that positive or negative? Is 90 a positive number or a negative number?
That's a good question.
Is negative 90 a positive? Well, you guys were struggling with it. It's a dumb question, but you're struggling with it. So if I say 90, it's meaning positive. So which direction is positive? Counterclockwise is positive. Okay. So we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. So this side is straight up and down now. Okay. And then I'm going to rotate it. Well, let's draw this. What's this going to be called? A prime. A for Amazon. I just couldn't fit all of Amazon on that little.
A for Ashley.
A for Ashley. A for Amazon. My sister's name is Angela. Okay, now I'm going to rotate it 20 degrees around P, or 90 degrees around P. So this is now at the bottom, so I'm going to send it up so that it's straight on the side. And it ends up right here. So this was A prime, and this was A double prime. So here we did O first, and then P. Now, what do you think is going to happen if we do P first, and then O? What's so funny? Okay, let's do P first. Rotating it 90 degrees. It ends up clear up there, but we learned with translations, we have a problem, guys. Do you guys see the problem?
Yeah.
I can't just slide it over to rotate it around. Oh, I have to completely redraw this thing. Now rotating it 90 degrees around. Oh, did they end up in the same place? They did not. So this was a prime, this was a double prime. So if I rotate them twice around two different points, even if it's the same degree measure, they don't end up at the same place. You guys are going to rotate them twice around the same point on your assignment, and I want you to discover what happens yourself. But remember, when you're rotating it 90 degrees, either line up the bottom or line up the side with the side of your paper, and then when you rotate it, just line it up on the sides again, and that's how you can guarantee. You don't need to pull out a protractor, you don't need to do any of that, but you do need to make sure that it's exact or it won't work. Sound good? Anybody have any questions? Anybody want me to do any more of these? Okay, so you guys know how to rotate. We're just rotating twice. You guys know how to reflect. We're just reflecting twice. So I can do more, but it might be better for you to just dive in. I did translate on all of these. Like on number 1, it says, let there be a translation along vector AB and a reflection across line L. Use a plastic to perform the following sequence. Translate figure S, then reflect figure S prime, then label the image S double prime. So I translated that. It says, English translation. First, translate along AB, then reflect across L. Label the first figure S prime and the second figure S double prime. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, now I want you to look at this figure, this blackened pizza slice of doom. Do not color it in, just label it. If you color it in, you can't label it. Okay, I realize it's a blackened in pizza slice. I don't know why they blackened it in, but if you could just label it.
Kind of like this.
You already started, don't worry about it too hard. Just make sure that it gets labeled somehow. If you completely blacken it in, you can't label it. But then you turn the page and it says, all right, now reflect it first and then translate it. So I did give you an English translation on all of these when you needed it. Okay? Those of you who are still lost, I want you to try it and then I'll help you, but I'm not going to help you before you try it.
I forgot how to